that thing. It's nuts, dude.
Amazing. Check out PC Richards for all of your appliance needs. Let's get into something a little crazy here. And you were the one that introduced this to me, and it's blowing my mind.
Yo, and the funniest thing was, so I was prepping for it and trying to nicely explain it to my wife why Peyton's listening.
Oh, God.
And because you never think your kid's listening until like you're mid conversation and realize your kid's listening. It's the worst thing in the world. By the way, shout out to Peyton before we get into this. She's now a two-wheeler. She can ride a two-wheeler, bro.
Hell yes.
Dad achievement unlocked.
There it
Took
is.
20 minutes. She was flying past me. I promised her I'd mention on the radio. So here you go, Pay. I love you. Great job. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about this. It's we talked about Ohtani, so we're gonna talk about the original Babe Ruth of baseball, which was George Herman Ruth. He's a stone cold murderer.
Did Babe Ruth set his wife on fire? Who was Babe Ruth's wife? Did he kill her? So it's this whole deep dive. How did this even pop up? Like whether or not Babe Ruth killed his wife? Because this man celebrated
You know how I sent
across all sports.
You know how my buddy Mike, and I'm sure you're tired of it. I've been sending a lot of reels and DMs lately to the point where I got to chill out. Like tonight, I'm just gonna put the phone down. But I went into like a deep dive, and then all of a sudden it was like, did Babe Ruth kill his first wife?
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man. It's so to give you the 3-minute story. That's about all the time we have until the end of the segment. But Babe Ruth had this wife. He had a daughter with,
Mhm.
and then he started sleeping around. He's Babe Ruth.
He
I
can
mean,
do what
I
he
don't,
wants.
I don't care who you are. You could
Right.
be any athlete that's on top of their game like that. You
And they're
go
gonna
ahead
want to
and-
be on top of something.
That's right. That's right. I'm not condoning. I'm not saying it's good that he did. I'm just saying,
Even Kobe slipped up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they kind of split, I guess. You know more about this than me. I'm just kind of seeing
Yeah,
this.
apparently, like he asked for a divorce. She refused without taking a lot of his money.
Mhm.
Like she wouldn't leave without getting a blank check, essentially.
Right, good for her.
Right.
Well,
maybe not. So why Babe was on the road, there was a terrible, terrible freak accident at the home.
It happens. I mean, we're talking, this is the 20s. This is before World War II.
Right.
So anything can happen. I don't know. It could be before 1 and 2. I don't know when one. No, it's before.
But
World War
also,
II.
there's no forensics or anything to
No.
prove that it wasn't a freak accident.
Let's see.
There's a fire at the house.
There's a fire at the house.
Right.
Rumor has it his ex-wife took too many sleeping pills and just fell asleep. That was the primary investigation. It said that she just fell asleep. On who knows? Who knows? We don't know how the house caught on fire.
Right.
We don't know who had to do. They said that I guess the sister was also a possible
Suspect.
No,
the one thing I will share is then how long did Babe wait to get remarried?
Nah, not long at all. Apparently,
2 months.
not long at all. Enough to make sure that he wasn't going to be probed anymore.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh man, oh man, oh man. The things our athletes get away with today is ridiculous. But
I think this is just
can't even get out of DUI if you're an athlete anymore. This dude got away with murder.
I think this is just bad timing. So it was January 11th, 1929. I guess did she remarry or she had a boyfriend or something that was out watching a boxing match?
I guess. I don't know. All I know is she refused to divorce the Babe without getting paid.
Daughter was out at a boarding school, a Catholic
Right.
boarding school, the good old days when more people would just send their kids out. Helen was alone at home. She took a few sleeping pills, turned on the radio, and fell asleep in the second floor room. Who takes sleeping pills and then turns on the radio, by the way?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this? Like, man, I'm having trouble sleeping. Let me take these sleeping pills. And then let me just turn something on.
But I guess like some people need that white noise, like, right? I
I
don't know.
guess.
Like I don't have a TV in my room. I don't. I can't have one.
I used to, but then I just
Yeah.
stopped.
Right.
I used to like set a timer and then just whatever.
No, I can't. I have blackout curtains. Like I want to be in a coffin when I sleep.
So she took sleeping pills. She fell asleep, turned the radio on, fell asleep. And then around 10 p.m., a passerby notices smoke sweeping from the window. Immediately informed authorities, but by the time the firefighters reached the flames, it was gone. That's it. They
We're
checked her
now a
vitals.
true crimes
That's
podcast.
right. They found her with major burns and declared her as dead. So we don't even know if the fire killed her. Could have been the sleeping pills.
Oh my god.
You know what? We're gonna have to take a quick break. We're gonna go to a deep dive. Check out our socials. Divide Live on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the YouTube that you can watch us live on. Give us a shot network YouTube or Fox Sports The Gambler YouTube. Head on over there. You guys can see the in between, the commercial breaks, the banter, and then pretty much the whole show. So we're gonna take a quick break. We will be right back. Philly, stay with us.
Jesus.
Is your bonus content. We're gonna talk some more George
So yeah,
Herman
they found
Ruth.
her, Helen Ruth. So I guess this Edward individual, I guess this
Speaking of golfing too, I know from my time
Dr. Edward Kinder.
in the Hall of Fame that uh, Babe Ruth got a hole in one as well, and I just feel like that's
I feel like if we played golf 3 to 4 times a week in our lifetime, we would get a hole in one.
I don't. It's just like I'm the better bowler out of a lot of our friends, and
I just think like
they
with
all
I'm
have 300s.
talking
but
like with the
on
courses
average, yeah,
we play. Like you go to Gamblers, they have that hole 3 par 3 that's
Fair,
like
fair.
110 yards. Like it's a joke.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Yeah.
that's actually probably too easy for us. We could never do that. So she moved in with Dr. Edward Kinder, a World War I veteran. That's so nice. He was out at a boxing match. Then he got home. When Edward was informed about a woman that died at his home, he told the medical examiner that she's my wife. Her name is Helen Kinder. So did they actually get married?
Yeah.
Medical examiner evaluated. They said there was no indication of violence, and the condition of the body was consistent with a theory of death from suffocation in a fire. Oh, that's not juicy. Suffocation in fire.
But also, like, the other thing is too, like, if I'm Babe Ruth, like, you're such big time, you don't want your wife to have happiness. Like, you want to leave her, and you know what I mean?
Especially if they're
Like,
trying to take all
think
that
he's
money.
pompous. Yeah,
Like, come
like,
on.
I don't know. There's some great stories about Babe Ruth. There's some bad ones. I don't think he should be canceled, but this is definitely a head scratcher. Whereas, like, there would have been way more evidence and things looked at if it happened in this day and age for sure. That's how I feel. I don't know. So it was worth diving into. I think it's a fun topic. I don't know. And I knew you didn't really know about it, so I knew I was smacking you upside the head when you read the
Oh my
highlights.
God. They think that Edward had spiked her drink before he left.
So he was a part of it?
I guess. I don't know. Then he
Nobody
later
wanted
lied.
this lady.
This is ridiculous. This is why
We're
you
gonna
can get away with murder back in the 30s.
We're gonna have to make a 3-part episode. Divide. Jerem, you could talk too. We're on break, so if I see you trying to fix things, I appreciate you. Always here to help. We got to make a 3-part mini series about Babe Ruth. Maybe we'll partner up with the stuff about sports guys.
Might have to.
Yeah, but it should be like a true crimes type episode.